You deserve more, so you're getting more. That's the way the message came to me from the get go. And if that's all of this video you watch, you will have gotten the Spark Notes summary version of it, right? You deserve more. Yes, you deserve more, so you're getting more. So I actually woke up from a dream last night, right? And I'm gradually coming to the conclusion that some of my dreams aren't just my own dreams. And that applies in a big meta, like I think it's I Understood who has oh gosh, I cannot remember her exact words. I'll link down below in the in the description so you can hear her say it herself. But what she essentially says is that the collective dreams through you, so that which you want to create, other people want to consume, to enjoy, to take part in. That which you know, if you have a dream, it's not just your dream. And I'm starting to come to the conclusion that that's also the case for like the dreams I have at night, right? And so in this dream, um, I was essentially trying to go on a trip, right? And it was this interesting, like, fantasy world at first, which I think is really interesting. Like, it felt very Final Fantasy, right? So, video games could be significant for other folks. They most definitely are for me. Um, and so, after getting into like a couple of fights and like a couple of like close scrapes or whatever, I ended up getting. It was originally a boat ride, then turned into a car ride. Um, on a journey, I think it was to Korea. So like going to a completely different world where, Korea is part of our world, but it's still a country I've never been to. It's a completely different world in its own right. But I was going from this land of like fantasy magic or whatnot to Korea, South Korea specifically, I believe. Um, and so I was on my way and I was in the car with this person who, from what I understand, was an influencer. This isn't someone who I don't know who this person was. My brain just like conjured up this person. Strangely enough, gave him like a vaguely Eastern European accent, which I don't know if that's significant. Eastern Europe might be significant to someone watching this. But I get into the car with him. I say car, it's more like an SUV type thing. So it's like pretty spacious, right? And I can tell from the moment I get in the car that he is not well, right? Like, bags under his eyes, skin pale, sallow, what have you. Like, he looks ill. Like, he's not well. And uh, important context for this story, sickness, illness, specifically like nausea and vomiting, big triggers for me, dealing with illness and death as a young and as a little one does a number on you. It's a huge part of uh, like my mental health state now, much better than I used to be. But like I was hospitalized when I was 6 because of this specific trauma, right? And so when it comes to people being ill, like I feel weird calling myself a germaphobe because it's not even like, oh, I'm afraid you're gonna get me sick. It's very much like I are you good? Like I gotta make sure because if you're not good, I'm gonna find another way to get there. I'm gonna, and so he goes, no, actually, I'm very fine. And like it didn't sound even as sarcastic as I related just then, but there was this weird sense of like I'm like I think this dude is lying to me. Like I don't think that he's and what got me was he actually looked me dead in the eye and he goes, actually, I'm very, very happy right now, with like this weird smile, which did not reach his eyes, right? Like I knew that something was off, but I'm like, listen, I am the type of person who tends to take people at their word, right? And so I'm like, okay, if you say so, right? And to make a long story short, because it's a relatively lengthy dream, he ended up getting ill all over me. Like it's a whole thing. Like the only reason I don't call this dream a nightmare is because I didn't wake up like sweaty, like out of breath, like that sort of thing. But it was definitely like not a good dream, right? And so at this point in time we had parked somewhere and I get out of the car and I'm much calmer at this point than I would have been in real life. But I said, hey, y'all go on without me. I'm good. It turns out So this man, like I said, he was an influencer and he was live streaming the entire thing. And it turns out he did, in fact, know that he was ill, but he had planned to get sick on the passenger next to him on this trip as part of his live stream as part of a prank. So unbeknownst to me, I had walked right into a planned prank that was, let's be honest, a form of assault. Like, it was not okay. And so at this point, I get out of the car. I say, y'all go on without me. I deserve better than this. And the folks, so I'm sitting like on the side of the road. Like, I don't have a plan on how to get clean, how to get where I'm going, how to get back to where I came from. Like, I have no plan, right? But I knew that the remainder of my plan was not in that car with someone who was going to treat me in that way, like premeditated, 555 on the clock as I'm saying this, premeditated, had ill intentions, right? And so I'm getting messages left and right because this dude was super duper famous, right? And so I've got some folks saying like, oh, well, you know, he didn't mean it like that. I'm like, no, he did. And it's a problem, right? And so then I also got messages where it's like, actually, it's a violation of like his free speech or whatever. He doesn't have to let you know if he's sick. He doesn't have to, stay home if he's sick. He can do what he wants. I'm like, he can do what he wants, and I can do what I want as well. Actually, I didn't do what I want, because Anywho, getting a little bit off. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying he can't, but I will not be a part of my own mistreatment. Like, I'm not going to do that. I deserve better. And then the comment that actually got me the most, interestingly enough, 654 on the clock, is someone said, oh, but if you pass up this opportunity, you'll never make it to where you're going. And I'm like, that is absolutely not true. Like, I remember saying, don't speak that over me because that's a lie. I'm going to get to where I'm going, wherever that might be, and I deserve to be treated well along the way. And so that was the remainder of the dream, just fielding off comments from folks saying that I was in the wrong for demanding better treatment. And the thing that I think is interesting is even using that phrasing, demanding better treatment. I wasn't even demanding better treatment from them because I didn't trust that they were going to treat me the way I needed to be treated, right? I was saying, hey, you're not going to treat me that way. So 10:55 on real time, I am going to separate myself from you and go somewhere else where I'm going to be treated better. I wasn't demanding better treatment from them because I wasn't going to demand something from them that I didn't believe that they were capable of giving me, right? But I knew that I deserved better, and so I was willing to divert from my original plan and go towards something that was better suited for me, right? Anywho, 8 minutes into the video, I haven't pulled a card, just talking about my dreams, but I feel like that dream is relevant for someone you deserve better. And so you're getting better. Now, I can't tell you how the dream went next because, I woke up. However, if I happen to have part two of that dream, because that is a thing that happens to me, I do have serial dreams. So if that dream does continue on, well, you'll expect to see me, around the same place, similar format, right? Because I've started the story publicly, so I feel like I need to continue the story publicly. But I'm getting the vibe that someone is in, if you're watching this, right, you are in a circumstance where even if it's excellent in many, many ways, there is some aspect in which you deserve better. This could be in a relationship, be that platonic, romantic, familial. I'm actually not getting, I think it could be romantic for some people, but I'm not even getting romance, as a key thing. Because again, in this video, I was not affiliated with this person who, was mistreating me. Honestly, for overwhelmingly, I'm feeling like this is almost like a career reading, which is weird because, normally, when I think about you deserve better, it's normally in terms, let's be honest, if you're on the internet and someone's talking about how someone deserves better, it's normally in the context of romance. I feel like that is a minority of people who are going to be tuning it into this video. I feel like In many cases, it could be platonic. In many cases, it could be familial. But for the most, this has something to do with your career. There is some aspect of your career, some aspect of, these dreams that you are trying to accomplish where you're settling for less than you think you deserve. 10-10 on the clock. 10-10 on my timer. Like, you're settling for less and you deserve more. So you're getting more. There's a part of me that feels like I'm a broken record at this point in time, but I also know that someone needs to hear it this many times for it to fully sink in, right? You deserve more, so you're getting more. Let's get into the cards. I actually want to start with the drag queen oracles. Also, I'm going to be ending with a portion of my book. I'm going to be reading a poem from my book, so stay tuned to the end if you want to hear that. Which I would say that that's a hook, but let's be honest, we're 10 minutes in, so if you're still watching this, thank you. And we're locked in together. So let's see what the drag queen oracles have to say to us today. All right, starting with one. Already I'm like, something tells me that she came out in the last reading as well. Absolutely. Ivy Winters, you should never pass up an opportunity to be kind. She actually came out in the... I don't know if I can get that to focus. I'm not sure. Hold on. Can I adjust the light? We're newbies here. We figuring it out. How about this? Okay. Anyway, this was actually from the tarot reading I did for the collective in the community post here on YouTube and also on Instagram and Facebook, I believe. You should never pass up an opportunity to be kind. Immediate through line here. Some of y'all, okay, I'm getting diverging here. If you are watching this video at this point, 12 minutes into the video, you are either one of the kindest, sweetest, cinnamon rolliest human beings alive, or that potential lies inside of you and you lost it somewhere along the way. Or maybe not lost it, but maybe life hardened you. Maybe you reached a point where you believe that, at some point in time, kindness wasn't the way forward. At some point in time, you believe, like, oh, well, I've got to look out for me and my own. I've got to be cutthroat because everyone else is trying to be cutthroat. And something I've been thinking about a lot recently, and something I'm trying to embody more and more in my life, is to not imagine, but to embody is the word I'm looking for. Embody the future you wish to see, right? And so the question then being, do you want to live in an unkind future? Because if you do, keep on being unkind. But if you're watching this video, something is telling me that is not who you are as a person. That's not who you are. That's not who we are as a collective, right? I'm sensing, so much inherent, innate kindness from the people who are watching this video right now, 1313 on my timer. Like, there is so much kindness. And I think step number one, if you have an opportunity to be kind, don't pass it up. One thing that I try to do, and this is something that like makes me super nervous still, which is I try to give compliments freely. Now, I'm very careful and very particular here. I don't want to compliment something that somebody can't control. Like, I've gotten into weird situations where like I complimented one person because she had like the prettiest eyes, like weird like green, blue, gold flecked eyes. I'm like, wow, your eyes are really, really pretty. And she thought that I was like flirting on her, hitting on her, or what have you. And like that was not my intention. I was just, trying to spread positivity, but also that like wasn't something that she could control. So it was a weird gray area. But like, if you have, a really pretty outfit, I'm gonna let you know. If you have really, really pretty hair, I'm gonna let you know. Like, I try to give compliments freely, not in a way that's like coming, but just like from a distance. I really like your hair; it's super pretty. Like, I try to like spread positivity that way. By just we need more kindness in the world. And so, whatever that looks like for you, if you have an opportunity to be kind, take it. I'm getting specifically even 1444 on my timer as I say this. Even if I'm getting the feeling that a lot of y'all might also be, somewhat anxious. And I'm getting the feeling that, like, anxiety is worth pushing through if it's going to make someone's day. Obviously, use discernment, world is weird. But if you have an opportunity to be kind, take it. Um, because you deserve better, but also other people, 1515, deserve better. Right? We're all going through it. Let's try to make the world a little bit better for everyone. I think I have at least one more, possibly two, drag queen oracles that want to come out. That one almost did, but not. Oh, that one actually flipped up. Interesting. So we got pheromone. You don't actually love me. Again, circling back to, you deserve to be surrounded by people who truly love you. You deserve to be surrounded by people who love you and who you love. Like, you deserve to be surrounded by folks who are lifting you up, hyping you up, wishing nothing but the best for you, and also you wishing nothing for the best for them in return. Like, when you find those relationships where, like, y'all are hardcore rooting for each other, cling to that. Like, hold on to that as tight as you possibly can. 1616 on the timer. We've got one more. I think. Whoa. Okay. Something's telling me to take all of these. I'm probably not going to do it. I'm not going to deep dive into all of them because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, 7 cards. Interesting. Okay, and one of them actually came out in the reverse. I don't normally take reversals for these, but I'm going to go ahead and blitz through these. And let's see. So we've got Chad Michaels. Hold on, I'm getting a call on my Bluetooth. Opportunities coming in. Absolutely, 100%. You deserve better, and so you're getting better. Those opportunities are coming in. Jiggly Caliente, clearly I don't get along with you. Stop hanging with those people who you don't get along with, who have ill intentions towards you. Uh, Fifi O'Hara, I am not a force to be reckoned with. In a weird way, this is such an interesting one because, like, I normally think of, like, I am a force to be reckoned with. Like, I am someone 1717 who, has that it factor, that intimidation factor. Um, so I'm simultaneously, like, in a weird way, this feels like, I don't know. I'm gonna sit on that for a little bit longer. I feel like that one's gonna come out a little bit, but specifically, I am not a force to be reckoned with. I don't think that is in any way a slight on your power, in any way, shape, or form. And there's a part of me that wants to do the, oh, that's talking about them. That's talking about the people who are messing with you. But I honestly think that there is a sense of, like, it's not saying, like, I'm not willing to stand up for myself, that I'm not willing to fight for myself, that I'm not willing to fight for what I deserve. But it is a way of saying, like, listen, like, I'm seeing the image of that meme, and it's like, when you're being mean, this is who you're being mean to. Like, I'm just a sweetheart, right? Not in, like, a, like, manipulative gaslight way, but, like, genuinely, like, you are a force to be reckoned with by virtue of who you are as a person, right? 1818. I'm getting a lot of the repeating numbers, which I think is very interesting. Like, yes, you are a force to be reckoned with, but you're not. Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? You aren't exuding a force of domination, of intense. Like, you're just you. You're just trying to do your thing. And so if people want to step to you, that's really on them. Like, not because, oh, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Like, if you step to me, you're gonna, you're gonna catch these hands or whatever. Which, I mean, they might, but I very much get a sense for a lot of folks reading this that that's not you. You are literally just trying to do your own thing, and if someone's trying to mess with you, you're less likely to say, okay, catch me outside, fight me, whatever, and you're more likely to say, okay, 1919, okay, bye, go on. Like, I'm not trying to fight you. And if you're trying to start something with me, you can leave. Like, I'm hearing that very clearly. Like, I deserve better. So I'm leaving. I'm moving on. You can get. Like, I'm hearing that, like, very, you can get. That's a southernism. I'm southern myself. Some of y'all might also be from the southern United States. But I'm hearing that very clearly. Like, you can get. Get. G-I-T, get. Right? Alaska, your makeup is terrible. Um, in that one, I literally said I wasn't going to go through a deep dive in all of these, but here we are anyway. I'm a yapper. For this one, I'm very much, strangely enough, I'm getting like the time has come for you to unmask. There's no need to hide behind the mask of trying to be perfect, trying to be, something that you're not, what have you. 2020. Um, I'm very much getting the sense, again, like a lot of these could be like reading someone else for filth, right? But I very much get the sense where it's like, hey, what does it look like when you unmask? What does it look like when you stop trying to be perfect? What does it look like when you stop trying to hide behind um, everything that you've been told that you have to do in order to be perceived as good, as decent, as pretty, as worthy? Like, step out from the other side of that, because there are people on the other side of that who are waiting to see the real you. Which is not me saying, like, hey, don't wear makeup. You don't need it. Like, I mean, I'm not right now. And, like, some of y'all might be on a journey of like going, barefaced more often or what have you. This is not me saying anything. 2112. So we've shifted away from doubles to mirrored now. Mirror, looking in a mirror, doing your makeup. 2121, back to the doubles. Interesting. Um, but no, I'm hearing like this has nothing to do with having Latsabe Makapon Mifas, as the one line talks about, right? This has everything to do with, like, metaphorical, what does it look like to go barefaced? Whether or not you're wearing, whether or not you're in full glam, what does it look like to be metaphorically, emotionally, I almost said physically again, and I actually almost said spherically. Not sure where that's coming from. Maybe I literally almost said maybe balls are important. I was thinking about like sports ball, football, basketball, baseball. Um Maybe balls are important. I don't know. Anywho. Okay. Ooh. Coco Munchies. Oh, I'm not holding shit back. Oh, at all. I think that one's pretty self explanatory. Ooh, Alyssa Edwards, get a grip, get a life, and get over it. I'm getting that this realization that you deserve better might come with some harsh words. And me, in my Libra North Node self, wants to say, oh, maybe we can, choose kinder words or whatever. But like, what I'm hearing more importantly is that whatever the words are that end up coming out in your declaration of deserving better, they don't make you deserving of less. I don't want anyone sitting here being like, oh, but I said a mean thing, and so that means I'm actually not deserving of better, and I'm the horrible person. No. No, you're not. Like, I'm hearing that whatever comes forth has been building for a long, long time. 23, 23. Whatever's coming forth has been building for a long, 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 long time. Let it. I'm here, let it rip. Another southernism. Anywho, and then finally, this is the one that came out in reverse, which is So I think we're done here. And what's interesting here is I think I saw this in reverse 11:11 real time. Um, it's in reverse because I think there's a precaution written in here where it's essentially saying, hey, you might be done. Like, you might be ready to peace out. You might be done. But I'm hearing that some people, and you'll know whether or not this is true, but if there are specific people who you can think of, or circumstances or whatever, I'm hearing give them an opportunity to prove themselves. Now, if you are in a toxic, abusive, unhealthy situation, I'm not talking to you. Get the fuck out. Okay? Like, I'm not talking to you. Like, if the situation that you are in is actually just abysmal and there is no clear path forward, no clear hope, get out. Like, 100%, you deserve better. Get out as soon as you can. Like, sorry, I'm not trying to insinuate here, right, that leaving those sorts of relationships is easy. And that's not the vibe I'm trying to say. But if you are in a place where you are able to leave abuse, mistreatment, I'm seeing the Hades. Mount Olympus is that way, right? Mount Olympus is that way. The gods are over there. Go on, you know you belong there. Um, but I'm hearing that there are some folks who will have so like a little bit. Ooh, am I being called it? Yeah, I am. Okay, so like a little bit of a personal example. Like there was a fairly extended period of time where my newlywed life was a little bit rocky because I wasn't aware of some of the things I was doing or was not doing that were causing harm and tension. And so when that dam finally broke, when I finally realized, like, hey, this I see why this isn't working out. I was able to then, shift more into the person who they needed to be, and they were able to shift more into the person I needed them to be. And so we, got from a place of, oh God, I'm not sure if this is gonna work out, to being more solid than we have been in a long, 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 long time, right? And so I'm hearing that, through difficult discussions, through actually having the hard conversations, actually saying the hard thing, actually not avoiding the difficult topics, this isn't necessarily saying you deserve better, so leave so you can get more. Although that might be the case for some of y'all, and I encourage y'all to use your discernment there. Um, but I'm very much hearing, you deserve better, so you're getting better, but remain open to the possibility that the people who love you might be able to give you better, 2727, might be able to give you better after you've communicated your needs. Um, that's wild. I'm not sure. I want to get there's some drag affirmations here. I want to get one of these, just one. Um, that might actually be the entire reading. I'm not sure. Okay, so drag affirmations. I am content in my current state. Specifically, I'm hearing a clarification of being content in the state of knowing that you deserve more and going after it. Not saying, oh, well, I'm content with whatever comes to me. Like, content with the knowing that you deserve better and you're going after it. I'm content in my current state. My eyebrows are sharper than a knife, and I am queen of the universe. As the queen, you have the right to demand better. You have the right to say, actually, this aspect of my kingdom is a problem. How are we going to improve it? I'm also seeing like this sense of like, hey, I'm the queen of this domain. This domain, has a massive issue with poverty. We need to figure out how to lift these people up. Which then goes back to, never miss an opportunity to be kind. This isn't about, oh, I don't want those people associated with me. It's like, how are we going to lift up together? How are we going to rise up together? How are we going to do better together? Right? Um, yeah. So I had originally planned to use a couple more decks. I literally had them ready right here. But I think the time has come to end with a poem from this book. The link will be down below in the description. Also, this is the um, um, this is the 20th poem in the book, so the number 20 might be significant to you. Um, Also, the name of the poem is Wedding Dress. I chose it beforehand. It's also in this version, which is the original version. Meadow. You don't have to. I'm coming out. I'm almost done. Okay, baby? And then we can go to the puppy park. But you gotta wait, okay? I love you. My puppy's waiting outside my door. Anywho, a trigger warning for arranged marriage, body image, discussion of eating disorders, domestic abuse. It's those are the main four trigger warnings for this. Also, trigger warnings are actually in the book, which is one of my favorite aspects of it. Anywho, links down below if you're interested. I'm just gonna get to reading. It's called Wedding Dress. 1. When you've been betrothed to a man who you've never seen face to face, and he alone knows when the wedding will take place, you learn to stay on top of things. So no, I don't know why this dress no longer fits. Yes, I know this was your dress and your mother's dress and her mother's dress before her. Yes, I know I'll bring shame to our family if I can't fix this. Yes, of course, I'll fix this. 2. I read every chapter of every book hoping for answers. Every evening I fill myself up. Every night I pour myself out. Every morning I wake up to tear stains on my pillowcase, starving. I need more. It's too much. I stare at my reflection in the mirror and wonder if he likes the look of ruined mascara. 3. I visited the wedding venue again. It's beautiful. It's always been so beautiful. We actually met here for the first time all those years ago. I don't remember that day, but everyone insists that he's loved me since the day I was born. For some reason, the thought makes my stomach sour. It doesn't even taste sweet. 4. The sound of my heels clicking against the wooden floors and echoing against the stained glass windows is the only sound I can hear. I used to hear the music so clearly. I still remember what it sounded like, or so I thought. Those with kind words to say tell me that I'm marching to the beat of my own drummer. Those less inclined to niceties call me rhythmless and confused. I don't know how to tell them that I like the song in my head better. 5. Stop it, Mom, just stop it. You're going to break my ribs if you lace me up any tighter. No, that's not a price I'm willing to pay. No, I don't care what he's going to say. And yes, maybe I am selfish because no, I don't feel bad about any of this. Have you ever considered that the reason I'm so bad at being like you is because I'm supposed to be like me? Have you ever considered that I might not be broken? Have you ever considered that you might be whole just as you are? Maybe I'm not too big. Maybe the clothes are just too small. Or maybe there's nothing wrong with these clothes or me or you at all. 6. I stare at my reflection in the mirror, and I see God staring back at me. They call this blasphemy. I call it love. 7. I'm resting now. You really ought to give it a shot too, Mama. Breathe in, breathe out. She's nothing like you said he would be. That's all for now. Thank y'all so much for watching, so much for listening, so much for tuning in. Remember that the world is a better place because you are in it. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye.